Release me from this pride. Happy Sunday. Hey, hey, hey. Rich Rising. Hey, Rich Rising. I'll be sending your tracking today, Shyla. I just shipped out your order on Friday. It should be there like Monday or Tuesday or something. Ashe. Lips is dry. One of the things that I was picking up on earlier this morning before I got up on live is watching what you take for granted. Watching what you take for granted around you at this time. All right. On this fine Sunday, drop in the chat what you are grateful for this morning. Okay, drop in the chat what you're grateful for this morning. One of the things that I'm grateful about is being less worried than what I used to be. So my nervous system being regulated, that can be significant. There was times where I would be so focused on the future and the things that are not yet here, to where it created so much hostile environment within my mindset. To where it's like I couldn't even rest in a sense. And so it's like now more so it's like I've calmed my nervous system so much to where until it gets to that point, you know, to where I'm like, okay, you know, I actually do need to, you know, kind of panic a little bit, you know, that's where I'm at, you know, now, because I would panic before anything would even happen. You know, so it's like, for instance, in regards to like, you know, entrepreneurship and not knowing when money's going to come in, not knowing, you know, pretty much when you're going to get a next sale or, you know, things of that nature. And, so one of the things in regards to that, you know, and being so used to having a paycheck every 2 weeks, you know, and being able to pay your bills, I was, you know, zoomed in on stability. So it's like when I had 4 months of rent that was already available, you know, so I was like, I had 4 months of rent already took or put behind in the savings to make sure that I was paid. But I was still struggling on the fact of what's the 5th month gonna be? Okay. And it's like, okay, well, what am I gonna do about the 5th month? You know? And so I was overworking my mind. I was overthinking, you know, I was panicking at that time. And I really had to take some time to like really regulate that, because it's like, that's a whole 5 months from now. And it's like, if I'm sitting here, you know, stressed out about something that's 5 months from now, it's like, I'm not going to be able to appreciate the present moment, you know? So it's like something significant about that, you know? Yeah, the Fool card, the leap of faith, freedom also as well here. So it's like, it's not necessarily freeing my mind of being in that constraint. And then also that was manifesting out of fear, also as well when I was doing that. So it's like manifesting out of survival, having to survive. So I'm manifesting, you know, for the 5th month to come in, but at the same time, I'm manifesting out of that fear. I'm manifesting out of survival energy. So I'm like, oh, we got to hurry up and come. I have to make it, you know, within the first 3 months, you know, And every single time I hit a brick wall, every single time. So, you know, now I'm at the point to where I just really have been trying to take it day by day. And that's really what it's been. But last night I had a lot of people or a lot of things coming across my mind, a lot of energy. I was up till like about 2 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of things just kind of felt heavy. There was some things that I seen, you know, in regards to Gaza, you know, Palestine. There were some things that I seen in regards to a particular woman that took a leap of faith and moved to New York City and had a job or had 2 jobs and just lost stability out of nowhere. And now she's on the verge of, you know, homelessness, and she's, you know, asking society for help in regards to, you know, money, because she's still short on rent. And I've been seeing a lot of that. Like, I've been seeing a lot of people being short on rent, a lot of things, you know, so it's like, it does put fear in my mind in regards to my stability. and things of that nature. But and it really does, but I just came to the point to where it's just like I just can't stress on that. Like I just can't. It's kind of to the point to where I'm like, it is what it is. It's like it's not something that I would want, but it's just like at this point, the way that society is right now and how a lot of people are struggling and in a space of survival, it's just very sickening to me. It's very sickening. And what was I about to say? But I just feel like the rates are just so much higher, like in regards to like people, facing homelessness and things of that nature. It's just ridiculous to me. Making it harder and harder for people to live, to manage life, also as well. And so that's why I titled this also in regards to don't take certain things for granted. You never know it's very overwhelming. You never know what can transpire. You never know what can happen. That job is not guaranteed. That home structure is not always guaranteed. A lot of things are not always guaranteed. The gas prices aren't guaranteed. The rent, rates and things of that nature is not guaranteed. A lot of things aren't guaranteed at this time. Okay. The relationship's not guaranteed. The person that you may be living with that's providing stability for you is not guaranteed. It's just kind of one of those things to where you can't take things for granted at this time, especially in the days that we are now. Grocery prices are getting higher and higher, much more expensive, also as well. They're serving what's it called? Rubber food. Like what the fuck? Like it's just so. It stresses me out so much because I'm just like, this is so stupid. Like, this is so dumb. And then it's like to get on here and continue to see people just not doing shit. It's very irritating. And it's like I have to regulate myself to where I come on here in a more positive light, positive manner to kind of help, people with that guidance, of hope and faith and things of that nature. But it's not to say that I don't have those emotions and those feelings of what I see. Okay. And so it's just a lot of overwhelming energy. Everybody's overstimulated, things of that nature. It's just a lot. What was the other thing that I was about to say? Oh, the jobs aren't guaranteed. Okay. So it's like, for instance, it used to be to where, when I was working the government job and I was like, oh, if I was to ever leave this job, I could get a job so easily because of my resume or because of my longevity of being in standings with jobs. So it's like, I wasn't somebody who hopped around from job to job. I just wasn't. I worked jobs for 8 years plus. So it's like, I worked before the VA, I worked, another particular job for a good about, 4 years. And then before that, another job for 8 years. So it's like I had longevity with particular jobs and really good standings. It's like I was someone who never called in like that, maybe like 1 or 2 times to these jobs, was always on time, always got the highest in performances, things of that nature. Until the point to where it came where I was having a complete, 360 in regards to seeing things much differently in regards to how these jobs expect for us to be a particular type of way with them, but they don't really truly care about their coworkers. And they'll feed to you, and that's one of the things that was a confliction because they'll continue to feed you that, oh yeah, we care about you. We love you. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate everything you do. And then it's like whole time, they when you sit there and request off, it's like, oh, make sure that you're putting in your time at least 5 days in advance or da-da-da. Sometimes that doesn't fucking happen. Okay. You got coverage. Leave me the fuck alone. All right. So it's like one of those things to where I just couldn't take it anymore. In regards to those type of job patterns. But yeah, it's just a lot of like stressors on people while the rich continue to get rich. And it's just really, it just bothers me in my soul. Like, it's just like, you're burning the plantations, the plants, you know, the things of that nature, the farming lands, you know, you're sending out rubber foods, you're putting fake jobs. Like, it's like we have LinkedIn, we have also Indeed.com, you know, things of that nature, but you're putting out fake jobs. How is it available for you to put out fake jobs? These particular systems, these AI systems and things of that nature should be able to catch that. Like, how the fuck are we applying to ghost jobs? That doesn't make any sense. So it's like, when I was, you know, like I said, working for the VA, it's like I didn't have this perspective. I didn't have this what's it called, experience, because when I experienced, applying for jobs, it wasn't no fake jobs out there to where it's like they're just posting things just to post things as a job, thing, and it's not really a true job. It's scams. And it's like, to see this, it's just kind of like, where are we at nowadays? It's like, where are we at nowadays in regards to society right now? Like, we really got to wake up and see what's going on. It's a lot of warfare. All right. It's a lot of warfare that's going on. And it's like, we have to be the ones to make the choice. Are we going to settle for this energy? Or are we going to make a difference in regards to this particular energy? Ashe? Are we going to settle for it? Or are we going to make a difference with the Hierophant energy, the belief systems? Still, I know. Still, I know for sure. Still, I know. Oh, I got the chills. But yeah, so like I was saying, it's just one of those things to where, we're continuously getting, effed in the ass, all right? Very hard, all right? No lubrication or nothing, all right? Type of energy. And it's just like, what really truly are we doing? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, for real, for real. But yeah, it's just kind of one of those things. And then it's like, as adults, we should be the ones that are setting examples. Another thing that they have me reflecting on right now is what they're bringing to me is, I seen someone on social media saying something about, well, where's the barbecues at? Where we barbecuing? We grilling for the Memorial Days and da-da-da. Why ain't nobody doing that? And I feel like our age group, if you are in between 27 and up at this time, and more so like 27 to like 40 is what I'm picking up on, like the age range. We are the new aunties, uncles, grandparents for some of you, GGs and things of that nature. So it's like, we can't continue to depend on those elders to, carry the energy, so it's like, what exactly are we carrying? What exactly are we standing for as the generations are coming in? The kids are looking at us, and it's like, it's just like, are we going to boss up? Are we going to get into the maturity energy or what? I love being in a space to where I can embrace my childlike energy, my inner child. But it's like, we have to get to a point to where we are maturing more, because it's just like, when I look out there, it's like, what the fuck is going on? Where is the maturity for real, for real? And it's like, we can play all day, but it's like, when it's time to actually start making business and making moves and setting examples, and things of that nature, where is it at though? Like, where is it at though? For real, for real. So it's like, when you think about it, and how elders have passed on, certain things, it's like, I feel like we're so clueless nowadays in society, and it's like, what are we passing down to the kids? What are we passing down? All right. It's like, we've been trying to navigate through trauma and things of that nature, but it's like, what exactly are we passing down? What are we doing? All right. How are we setting the example? How are we setting the lead? Also as well. It's like, we sit here and we talk about, oh, kids nowadays are this, kids nowadays are that, because they got social media. Who's on social media? We are. Okay. It's like, we're the ones that are on social media. So it's like, you can't blame social media when we're the ones that are setting that example on social media. All right. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So it's just one of those things to where, we really got to start thinking about things, to start setting things up, at this time. because a lot of times these younger kids, like I said, I seen those videos when there was kids walking out of classrooms, walking out of schools, when there was just another budget funding for ICE agents. Okay, that just happened on June 5th. To where they gave them more money, more funding, while we was continuously, worried about other things. We barely see anything about these ICE agents, the people that are missing, the immigrants that are missing. We don't even see that on our feeds anymore. Okay. The whole thing is USA is bullying, and taking over things just so the fact that we can continue to suppress things that are meant to be said. And it's like that's why we're depowering in numbers. So it's like when it comes to society and there's being a little sprinkle of people that are speaking on it, I'm telling you, we have to speak up with more people. It has to be numbers at this time. It's a numbers game. It's like, pay attention to what you're being distracted by. Pay attention to what has your attention at this time. The attention span is puny, all right, at this time. Ooh, spirit is flowing through. I tell you, I got the chills so bad. I'm trying to keep up with spirit right now, but spirit is flowing through. It's like, and I feel like it's been getting seriouser and seriouser in regards to their messages that they've been pushing through at this time. It's just a lot. Wildlife, wildlife. Love me as I will. Can't get in my head. Open up your mind. Legacy. What are we building as far as legacies at this time? Ten of swords. What are we closing also as well? 10 could be very significant. Are you being stuck in those karmic patterns, or are you making a difference at this time? Ashe? Take a moment of pausing at this time. Take a moment to pause at this time. Take some deep breaths at this time, Ashe. Take a moment to really just pause and be in the present moment. They keep repeating about what are you taking for granted at this time? What are you taking for granted in life at this time? You are forever being judged, is what they've been repeating also as well since I've been on here. You are forever being judged. You know, people think it's only a period of time of when you're being judged. You think it's you doing something bad is when you're being judged also as well. No, you're forever being judged right now. You're forever being judged. You continuously dismissing certain things that you know that you're getting drawn to speak up on or getting drawn to do something on. You're being judged for that. You're being judged for your heart being cold. You know, you're being judged for, you know, the heaviness that you keep in your heart. Like this is like there's a significance of this energy. Ma'at energy has been around a lot lately for me. Ma'at and also Anubis, also as well. You know, the judge of souls. You know, it's like the weighing of your heart. When the Egyptians, you know, when they passed over, you know, they would weigh your heart on a scale and see if it was light as a feather. A lot of people's hearts are heavy at this time. You're very detached, also as well, very cold. You know, also as well, that's a heavy heart. So it's like, you know, are you carrying that energy, you know, at this time? You know, if people have more lighthearted energies, the emotions would be more overflowing in regards to what's going on in society right now. For some of you that are empaths, you're feeling a lot of this energy also as well. You're feeling a lot of energy at this time. And it comes in waves. So it's like sometimes you're good, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're not. You're protecting yourself. You're trying to cleanse. You're taking spiritual baths. You're cleansing your home. You're smoke cleansing. You know, maybe you're sound healing, whatever the case may be. But it keeps on coming because there's a heaviness in society at this time. It's so heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. And when you're empathic, you're feeling everybody else's energy that they're not processing. You're feeling everybody else's emotions that they're not processing. So some of you that are empaths, you may be thinking, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel like I'm still under warfare? You know, why do I feel like I'm being attacked? Or is my energy being attacked? No, you're not being attacked for some of you. Some of you, yes, you're still being attacked. But at the end of the day, what it truly is the fact that the world is heavy at this time. It's heavy. So you're feeling the heaviness of the world of society. That's what you're feeling. Some of us that, you know, are empaths, it's hard to enjoy just, you know, everyday living. It's hard to just enjoy it because it's like we're so much on eggshells of what could happen next. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, since COVID has happened, you know, it's been one thing after the next because everybody's starting to awaken more. So they're pushing out. So the thing is they're pushing out more warfare on us because we are awakening at this time. It's supposed to be a mass awakening. Confirmation. You know, so it's like, so they have to speed it up a little bit. They got to, you know, speed up the process in regards to moving out the things that is that's coming against us, the food. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, over time, there was times when the food was, you know, yeah, it was bad for you, but it's like even more now. It's like even more, it's even more horrible for us now, you know, type of energy. Yeah, social media was bad a little bit, but even more now. You know, even more now. Yeah, the news was bad, but even more now. You know, it's like it just keeps on. It's like they're pushing even more. They're pumping you with more energy, pumping you with more negative energy. It's like they keep pressing the button. You know, is what I'm seeing. Like it's like more, press the button more, and it's like it's blowing you up. Like it's blowing you up and it's pumping you up. It's kind of like they're making a reference in regards to like testosterone or like steroids and things of that nature. You know, it's like once you continue to keep on blowing up, you start exploding. That's why you wonder why certain people are angry. A lot of people may have, you know, anger that's kind of pent up inside. You know, that begins to be scary within society. You know, I've been picking up on like mass shootings and things of that nature also as well, violence. You know, it's like when you're in survival energy, your mind becomes to be more violent. also as well, you start to be short-tempered, because it's like you're worried about bills, or you're worried about other things, and it's like, and then now you're short-tempered here, and it's like that's the whole point of it. The whole point of it is to get us to go ahead and attack each other. Let's attack each other. Let's attack each other. Let's do this. Let's have race wars. Let's have gender wars. Let's have all this type of energy, against each other. And it's like whole time, we're not the enemy with each other. We're not the enemy. We're not the enemy. They just pointed me to Mother Gaia. This is a message from Mother Gaia at this time. Something significant about the waters. Something significant about the water, something significant about the weather at this time. Inconsistency patterns within the weather, also as well. A flooding is significant. What are you taking for granted at this time? Mother Nature comes whenever she wants to come. So like I said, you can lose that home. You can lose certain things, prized possessions, materialistic things. You can lose it so quickly. You never know. A tornado can come and hit your shit. You never know. You never know. You never know. Your house could automatically catch on fire. You never know. You never know what can happen. You might get into an accident while you're driving and it completely totals your car. You just never know. What are you taking for granted at this time? Drop in the chat what you're grateful for this morning, Ashe. Just being, Ashe. I'm grateful for my spirit team being behind me no matter what decisions I make, Ashe. Grateful for my babies and my relationship with the divine and ancestors, Ashe. I'm grateful for my continuous regulation of peace. I'm grateful for my continuous regulation of my nervous system, not being in fear and anxiety all the time like I used to. I'm grateful to be able to look back at certain things that I know that I once struggled with, and I'm getting better and better on a daily. I'm grateful for the proof of that is what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful to be able to reflect, on my journey. I'm grateful for the proof of that reflection, for sure. Pick a number, 1 or 2. 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 about to split up the messages. So intuitively, you're drawn to this particular message. So pick a number 1 or 2. There's a spirit here. Pick a number 1 or 2. For those that are just joining, pick a number 1 or 2. The name Danielle and Jade keeps coming up a lot. So if that's someone who may watch me often, or someone who watches me often, there's someone in your energy named Danielle or Jade or Daniela or something that's significant. But that name has been coming up for like the past month. The name Danny is significant. Could be short for Danielle, but the name Danny is significant. Joseph. The name Joseph is significant. Ramirez. Ramirez is significant as a last name. Ramirez. Holcomb. Holcomb is significant. Holcomb. Henderson is significant. Smith. Smith is significant also as well. This feels like lineage messages. I got the chills really bad. It feels like lineage messages at this time. Especially with all the last names that I just said. Something feels like lineage. Like ancestors. I just didn't have the time today to do ancestor messages. But it'll be coming soon. In regards to particular ancestors that are coming through. I need to do that again. Mediumships. Those that are just joining, pick a number 1 or 2. Pick a number 1 or 2. For those that are just joining, pick a number 1 or 2. All right. Pile 1. Pile 1. 111 is significant. Orange juice is significant. Orange Fanta is significant. Pile 1. Oranges in particular is significant. Your sacral chakra is significant. Also as well at this time. For your sacral. They're wanting me to go over the imbalance of the sacral chakra at this time. So pile one, your sacral chakra is significant at this time. They want me to go over the imbalance of the sacral chakra at this time. Underactive or blocked sacral chakra. When energy flow is restricted, you may feel detached and disconnected from yourself and also your desires. So with your sacral chakra, if you feel detached and also disconnected from yourself and your desires, you could have an underactive sacral chakra, or your sacral chakra could feel blocked. Emotional, all right? Feelings of loneliness, emotional numbness, fear of change, and lack of creative inspiration. Feelings of loneliness, emotional numbness, fear of change, and a lack of creative inspiration. Physical, lower back pain, pelvic or hip stiffness, and reproductive or urinary issues. Behavioral, a low sex drive, poor boundaries, or an avoidance of joyful and pleasure activities. All right, so that is an underactive or blocked sacral chakra. An overactive sacral chakra. When your sacral chakra is overstimulated, energy is chaotic, resulting in emotional volatility. I don't know how to say that. And obsessive attachments. So if you have obsessive attachments, overstimulated energy is chaotic, you may have an overactive sacral chakra. So emotionally wise, this shows up as intense mood swings, codependency, and feeling easily overwhelmed by your feelings. All right. Sounds like a lot of society with that one. All right, physical, indications, bladder or kidney issues, hormonal imbalances, and menstrual or prostate complications. All right, menstrual or prostate complications. All right, so menstrual, all right, I'm going to talk about this sometime this week. All right, I'm about to quit putting it off, and I'm going to talk about it sometime this week. All right, when it comes to the sacral chakra is your that sexual energy, is also that emotional energy, is also that creativity also as well, manifestations. So as for women, it is your womb space, okay, your womb. For men, it is your prostate. So that's why it's coming out as prostate complications, because that is your manifestation power. There is your prostate. All right, that's considered the male womb. Versus the woman womb. That's the male womb, which is the prostate. All right. I have this all set up. In regards to this, so men, prostate, also as well. And then women, that is your womb. All right. So creation, power, manifestations, things of that sort. All right, that's tied to the sacral chakra in regards to womb health. All right, so I'm gonna talk about this week. I'm gonna talk about it this week, okay? Because I didn't have this written on here since February, and I still haven't talked about it. Okay, so yeah, we gonna get to that. All right, sometime this week I'll post it. All right, but yeah, I'll post it on my stories, and I'll post it also on my page when I'll talk about it in the time. And I'll probably talk about it more than one time a day, on a day, so that the morning crew and also the evening crew can watch it. So bladder, kidney issues, hormonal imbalances, menstrual or prostate complications. Behavioral energy is unhealthy attachments to pleasure, including sex addiction, promiscuity, and overly intense affection, and a lack of emotional boundaries. All right, lack of emotional boundaries, sex addiction, intense affection overly, all right, and a lack of emotional boundaries. So unhealthy attachments to pleasure. All right, so that's when you have an overactive sacral chakra at this time. All right. So as far as nurturing it and balancing it, you can do yoga poses, hip opening yoga poses, aromatherapy, suggesting also journal prompts to process your emotions. So shadow work, tapping back in with yourself. All right. Also, there's abstinence from sex right now, also as well as significant, and tapping into that codependency energy also as well. All right. Action, bravery, and determination, all right, is what's kind of hitting here in regards to your energy for pile one at this time. Yeah, 3 years for me also as well, Mr. Silver Fox. Congrats to you, Ashe. So dagger energy, action, bravery, and determination. All right. So it's like there's something here that's requiring you, pile one, action, bravery also as well. For you to take some time determining, the things that you're meant to go towards at this time also as well. So when you have that underactive sacral chakra and you feel, unbalanced, or you are overactive with your sacral chakra, your creative energy is not flowing the way it needs to. So this can create an imbalance in regards to you feeling motivated and then not feeling motivated, then feeling motivated, then not feeling motivated also as well could be significant. I'm just not noticing that there's the chakras in the back. I completely didn't even, I just clicked on something. So that orange one right there, that's your sacral chakra. All right. Right above your root. All right. And then also right below your solar plexus. All right, so that sacral, that orange energy is significant. Oranges, I said orange juice, oranges, also as well was significant. So, working with the colors also as well, working with or eating oranges, when you're working with the colors in your chakra systems, that also helps your energetic systems also as well. All right, so that could be significant at this time. How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? All right, that goes hand in hand, all right, with that. How can I infuse more self-love, compassion into my daily life? So that goes hand in hand with that sacral chakra also as well. So it's like when you are overactive or underactive with that sacral chakra, that's emotional imbalance. So it's like, when you are codependent on, substances or alcoholism or sex addiction or people in general, when you're codependent on that, to where you're dependent on that particular substance or that particular thing to override your emotions or take care of your emotions when you're not taking care of your own emotions. So codependency behaviors is something that some of you may need to tap into at this time. In regards to having that particular control over your unhealthy desires, in a sense, here is what I'm picking up on. It says here, choose one self-care action to do today. Set stronger boundaries. Thank you for the gifts. Set stronger boundaries. Meditate and listen to your heart. Speak to yourself with compassion. Focus on your strengths. Say no to something that your soul isn't calling yes to. Say yes to something that you're afraid of. Let go of what you cannot control. Start or stay far away from drama and negativity. Ask for help and allow it. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. Ashe. So there's something significant about you doing a self-care action today. Today's Sunday, do a little self-care today, all right? And like I said, sometimes self-care is not just about your skincare, things of that nature. Sometimes self-care is saying no when you know that you're overworked. When you know that you're overwhelmed, when you know that you're overstimulated, it's saying no to that particular person that's always asking you for $20 every five days, and so I'm gonna pay you back and pay you back, and they don't pay you back. Okay, so sometimes that's self-care. Sometimes that self-care is, when you're overstimulated and things of that nature, and you don't want to go to a particular birthday party, family function, but everybody wants you to be there and and they want you to, overextend and blah, 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 blah. Hey, I don't have it in me today. I don't have it in me this week, the next month, or whatever the case may be. I want to take some time to myself. All right. Maybe you don't want to answer your phone. Put yourself on do not disturb. That can also be self-care also as well. Gratitude. All right. Gratitude also as well, pile one. So like I said, this is very much today is really full about, gratitude, like I said, not discrediting where you are now also as well. And, being appreciative of what you got right now also as well. Not taking things for granted. It goes hand in hand with this also as well, pile one. All right. So take a look around. What are you taking for granted at this time? What are you complaining about? Also as well, what can you stop, complaining less of, also as well, because you're being grateful for the things that you have at this time. All right. It could be worse, could be significant. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. All right. It says here you need some fucking alone time, and you know why. All right. What I say? It's like saying having boundaries, not answering your phone, do not disturb. Maybe get up off that social media for a little bit. Deactivate that page for a little bit. Also, as well, to focus on you. All right, because you know why? Because there's certain codependency. Sometimes you can have a codependency to social media. To where you're just addicted to scrolling. Because it's like you're letting time waste by. You don't know what to do, and it's like whole time it's like you can tap back into yourself. All right, so that doom scrolling is significant. All right, also as well, some of you may be absorbing energy on social media that you don't need to absorb at this time. So it's like, so when you're absorbing energy, when you're empathic or you feel energy, when you're, type of energy here, when you're absorbing that, it starts to disturb your own energy when you're doing too much of seeing on the outside of things that are outside of you that you cannot control. So for instance, last night when I was, having a time, I was scrolling in the middle of the night. And like I said, I've seen certain things in regards to Palestine and Gaza that, still hasn't been handled, and, those issues. I was seeing homeless people, also as well. I was seeing things that I didn't want to see on my timeline that was irrelevant, that just didn't make any sense, or I just didn't really care about it, also as well. And it started making me very anxious because I'm very tuned into energy. So I started taking on that energy, and then I started getting emotional myself and thinking about myself and thinking about, is this going to be me, next month or in 2 months, or whatever the case may be. I was taking on too much energy, and it's like, and it wasn't mine. So it's like there's something significant about that, of taking on too much energy that's not yours. And there's a reason why you may need to pull back at this time from not talking to anyone or dealing with anybody at this time, and taking some time to yourself. All right. And so that also as well, sometimes you have to create that as a habit. All right. So this could be something that's habitual, that's needed for some of you that are empathic, that feel a lot of energy, also as well. It's like you have to get, if you're someone who you need to recharge often, it's like, I just can't answer the phone right now. Like, I just need to recharge. Just give me some space, and it's like the whole time you just went to the grocery store. Okay. Like, or you maybe the whole time you were just at work, and it's like, you have to recharge a lot because you're in tune with energy. So there's a need for you to create this system for yourself, so that you can be more regulated at this time, because you're very sensitive. You're sensitive to energy. All right. So there's something significant about you creating a system for yourself to where you can regulate your emotions, your feelings, your energy, things of that nature, so that you can show up the best that you can the next day. All right. Is what I'm picking up on. Stop fucking whining. Okay, what I say, like, it's like this goes hand in hand. Like, baby, it's all aligning right now. All right, stop fucking whining. What are you grateful for? What are you taking for granted? All right, what are you complaining about is what I was saying, and it's coming out here. So it's like, what is it that you're complaining about? Are you sitting too much in that victim mindset? Well, if this person did this, then I wouldn't have been this place, and if this happened and this, and it's like, so what? All right, at this time, it's like, yes, that happened. Yes, that situation happened. Yes, that person did that. Yes, it probably would have been different if you made a different choice, a better choice, a better option, things of that nature. But you can't change the past, but you can look forward to changing the present moment and the future, also, or preparing for the future. So there's something significant about being hung up on what such and such did to you, and it put you back. And if I wasn't with this person, I probably would have been further by now. But it's like you're continuously being held up on the past to where you're not further anymore either right now for yourself, because you're still hung up on what such and such did to you. All right, what such and such maneuvered in regards to your pathway. So if you continue to hold on to that past energy, you're still going to be stuck and stagnant in that moment. All right. So there's something significant about you, releasing this energy. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have to strengthen your change for your world. So do it. All right. Yeah, you have to strengthen this energy in order for you to change your own world. Nobody's going to come and do it for you. All right. So there's something significant about that. Pile 1. 222 is significant. 11, 11, 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 808 is significant also as well. For pile 1. 444 is significant. 404 is significant. Pile 2, pile 2, pile 2. Pile 2. Your crown is significant, pile 2. Overthinking is significant. They want me to read off the imbalance of the crown chakra. So your crown chakra is significant at this time, pile 2. Overthinking is significant. Brain fog is significant also as well. Overriding your intuition is significant also as well. You already got the answers for certain things, but you're overriding that and overthinking that particular intuition that you already got. Not believing in yourself is significant also as well, pile 2. Changing up your belief system in regards to believing yourself at this time. Throat chakra is significant also as well. Authenticity. Tapping in with your authenticity, your self-expression also as well. Stop holding back your self-expression. Speaking your truth also as well. Jaw tension is significant also as well here, pile 2. Locked jaw is significant. Inner conflict is significant with the throat chakra. So when you're conflicting yourself, so for instance, your authentic self is showing up, right? You know, it's like, say for instance, you are someone who has a particular belief system internally, and you continue to conflict your own belief system, but that's what you truly believe, but you are worried about what everybody else will say. That's inner conflict. Say for instance, you are truly wanting to express yourself in regards to love. Maybe you're a lover girl or a lover boy, but it's like you stay so, you know, hardened in a sense here to where you don't express your inner or your love, you know, that version of you. So you keep it all bottled up inside. That's where you're having inner conflict, because your truth of yourself is wanting to come out, but you continue to suppress your truth. You continue to suppress yourself of who you actually truly are. Whether that has to do with being a fear of being hurt, a fear of rejection, a fear in regards to being fully who you are, also as well, and being seen could be significant. Someone may have a fear of being seen. You know, so it's like when somebody actually, you could be someone who's always people pleasing everybody else. You know, you're Mr. Pleaser, Mrs. Pleaser. You know, I'll please you in any type of way, things of that nature. But it's like when it comes to you being taken care of, or when it comes to you being seen, it's like, oh my God, like, you see me, like, type of energy, like you see my emotions, my feelings, you care about me, like you see the things that I'm hiding from the world, you know, like nobody ever sees that because you're not showing it. All right. And then on top of that, the people that are meant to see you are going to see you. All right. So it's something significant about you not wanting to be seen. And so you'll continue to attract or go towards the people that don't see you. But then you wonder why you don't feel seen. And later on down the road, it's like, why don't you care about my feelings? Why don't you care about my emotions? Why don't you care about this in regards to me? You don't even know when I'm going through it because you're too worried about yourself. But at the same time, you was that same person that was people pleasing to that particular person, to where you didn't care about yourself in the beginning. So how can you expect someone to have that capacity for you when you didn't allow that person to open up for that for you? That's significant at this time. Release the shame and the guilt also as well, pile 2. There's something significant about you having shame and guilt of in regards to the things that you may not know, perspectives that you may not have carried also as well as significant. It's like, damn, I guess I didn't look at it that way, you know, and then you'll sit there and you'll beat yourself up for not looking at it that way. That's okay. You know, it's like sometimes you have to have a different perspective. You know, the perspectives that I've had, I didn't always have these particular perspectives until I widened and opened up my mind. But you have to be able to open that up. So there's something significant about the 3 chakras for pile 2. All right. Something significant about your heart chakra, your throat chakra, and your crown chakra at this time. All right. Could be also your third eye also as well. So their upper chakras at this time is like, there's something significant about maybe you know, in a space to where you can master the lower chakras, but there's something significant about the imbalance in the top ones. In order to keep you from ascending or, you know, expanding yourself a little bit more is significant at this time. You may be keeping your own self from expanding because of comfortability. is what I'm picking up on. Those lower chakras have to do with comfortability, also as well. That's that comfortable energy. And then when you start getting up here, you start to ascending, also as well. You start opening your mind, to different realities, to different, energy, things of that nature. So there's something significant about you opening yourself up and getting out of that comfort zone at this time. There's something significant about constructive criticism, because I feel like heavy energy in regards to someone on here is like, you're talking straight to me, oh my god. Okay, and it's like, and so perfectionism is significant. So having an issue with criticism also as well, constructive criticism. I'll give an example. So I used to struggle with this, and sometimes I still do, but there was a time when I worked for Charlotte Russe, right? I worked for Charlotte Russe. I was a visual director, so I pretty much was always doing, the dressing up of the clothes, the mannequins, and things of that nature, and making everything look all nice and presentable and willing to buy, type of energy. All right, visual. Because I'm a visual person. So my manager would say certain things about how my, things would look, and it was like little tweaks here and there. And so it was just very little things. And I would like literally take that to heart, to where I was just like, she's told me one thing, like stab me in the heart. What I'm saying? She's supposed to tell me it was 100%, perfect, and no little sneaks here, there, and that, or whatever case may be. So I used to take it into heart, like took the criticism into heart. And then I used to beat myself up like, damn, I should have knew that. I should have been did that, or I should have did da. And it's like whole time, it's like, You act like you're not going to be able to have somebody who's going to teach you something new. If you're not open to being taught something new, or you feel like you're always going to have the answer or always have it, and maybe that has been something for you to work, because that's also significant. Because it's like sometimes when you're so used to being that person that always has the answer for other people, or the avenue for other people, maybe you're someone who is that natural healer, that person that provides strategies, that problem solver, in your family, or in your friendships, or, just people around you, or whatever the case may be. It kind of feeds the ego a little bit, to where it's like, when you don't have people that actually pour back into you and tell you, oh, hey, you could work on this a little bit, oh, you probably could do this a little bit more, or, whatever the case may be. When you don't really have that, it kind of builds your ego in a sense, like to where you kind of walking around with that, what's it called? That airhead, okay? Those airhead, those little, someone could be eating airheads also as well, because I'm seeing literally the airhead candy, like, Megamind, okay, type of energy also. You walking around with that big ass head, okay? And it's like there's something significant about popping the bubble here. Someone could be really good at science also as well. I'm seeing Jimmy Neutron. Someone may have watched Jimmy Neutron when they was younger also as well, could be significant. 90s baby energy is significant also as well. But there's something significant about you releasing the fact of being perfect also as well. Perfectionism, things of that nature also as well. You're needed to release that shame and that guilt surrounding that. All right. Crown chakra imbalances. A blocked or underactive crown chakra. When blocked, you are cut off from your spiritual insight and universal connection. All right. When your crown chakra is blocked and is underactive, you are cut off from spiritual insight and universal connection. So, when you're looking for that, that guidance is not coming because you're blocked off from that energy. All right. So this could be where you are wanting to make certain decisions, but you just feel like it's just not coming. It's just not coming up. It's not coming into, whatever case may be. Emotionally and mentally, this will show up as you may feel isolated, purposeless, depressed, or entirely clinical about spirituality. It causes severe mental fog, all right, like I said, indecisiveness and rigid thinking. All right, physically it shows up as reoccurring headaches, reoccurring migraines, or insomnia also as well. All right, an overactive crown chakra. When the chakra takes too much energy, it detaches from your reality and grounds you poorly. All right, so it's detaching you from your reality and grounds you poorly. So this may be emotionally and mentally. You may suffer from an inflated ego. I'm telling you, I can't make this up. All right, you may suffer from an inflated ego, spiritual bypassing, using spirituality to escape everyday problems. All right. So, when it comes to certain people using spirituality to escape everyday problems or spiritual bypassing, when you are being guided to do shadow work, and it's like, you choose not to do shadow work, you choose not to heal. An inflated ego is people that don't believe in the law of the universe. So you'll see the people that are using, their egotistical ways in regards to attacking people. So these are the people that are, just do a love spell, just do the love spell, just the witch talk type of things, just do, attack them back, do certain things in regards to attacking them, put their asses in a jar, put them in a freezer spell and things of that nature. These are people that are having an inflated ego. They don't truly believe in the laws of the universe. So they just more so on the witchy talk instead of actual high priestess energy. So they're inflated with their energy. That's a spiritual bypassing. You're trying to take your what's it called, the reins in your own hands instead of allowing divine to do so. So that's why I teach that over here, more so than the things that that a lot of people may be telling you to do, because they're bypassing telling you what actually could happen in regards to you doing these particular things. That's why I say it all the time on my page: stop doing spell work on people, because these are people that have egotistical ways in regards to spirituality. That's bypassing spirituality at this time, because you're taking things into your own hands. You're not believing in the power of the universe. When it comes to one of the laws of the universe is the law of cause and effect. What is that? That's karma. So what you're putting out is what you're getting back. So in regards to you putting out the energy of attacking certain people, going against people's will in regards to doing love spell magic on people that have no intentions with being with you, or that's not supposed to be with you, you're pretty much taking things into your own hands. That's controlling the narrative. You're controlling someone's pathway, you're controlling someone's purpose, you're controlling the energy. That is spiritual bypassing. All right, that's not something that you should be doing. So using spirituality to escape everyday problems or analyst paralysis also as well. It can manifest as a lack of empathy or rigid dogmatic beliefs. All right. Physically, this can show up as having extreme lightheadedness, vertigo, and hypersensitivity to light and sound. All right. How to restore and harmonize your chakra, your crown chakra, physical and mental and energetic practices. Meditation and silence. All right. The crown chakra responds to the best when it's quiet. Practice guided meditations to focus your attention on the inner essence. All right. In the beginning of this live, I said, let's just take a time for a moment of silence, of just grounding our energy also as well, to just kind of sit in the present moment. When your mind is always going over and over on a hamster wheel, you just like all over the place. It's like you can't calm your mind. You're not going to receive direction from spirit. You're just not. All right. Yoga postures, inverted poses that place the crown over your head on the floor. All right. So yoga is significant. Also using particular aromatherapy and also crystals. Like I said, working with colors. So using lavender, frankincense, myrrh, confirmation crystals as an amethyst. All right, so purple things. All right, so grapes, things are significant. Also you can work with blueberries, but purple, working with the color purple also as well is significant at this time for the crown chakra. Every single color holds an energy. So purple holds an energy as intuition. So what is the crown chakra? Intuition. So in regards to the things that I also provide when it comes to my candles, like, so when it comes to candle magic and things of that nature, so as far as the green candles that I have in regards to restoring, heart chakra opening, receiving abundance, prosperity, I use the green candles. So that's why you see that sometimes I use certain colors with my candles, to coordinate with the energy itself. All right. So something significant also as well about balancing your energy, and spending out time in nature, that helps you ground your energy also as well with your crown chakra. All right. So that's significant at this time here for pile 2. Imposter syndrome. Okay. So what's hiding in the shadows? Imposter syndrome. All right. Imposter syndrome is what's hiding in the shadows for some of you. Like I said, perfectionism, also as well. That goes hand in hand with imposter syndrome. Not believing who you are, also as well could be significant. In a room full of equals, I stand in doubt. A stranger in my own triumphs, shadows cast about. It's like there's something here that you're meant to have or something that you're meant to do, but you'll continue to doubt yourself. You'll continue to keep yourself in a space to where you don't believe that's what you are. You don't believe that's what you can have. You don't believe it in a sense here. So there's something significant about, suffering with imposter syndrome. Okay. They want me to go in deeper depths of that at this time. So, imposter syndrome is driven by a mix of personality traits, upbringing, and environmental pressures. All right. So, it happens when you have an unrealistic view of competence and struggle to internalize your success. All right. Also, as well, paralyzing fear of being found out as a fraud. In a sense, here also as well could be significant. So it's like that's a sense of not believing in truly who you are and who in your own energy, also as well. So how this can manifest also as well. I struggle with this sometimes too, to where sometimes I still struggle with this, coming on live, also as well, to where it's like you maybe you're someone who is used to people not believing you, also as well. They're not believing you, so they'll be like, oh, you ain't that for real. They be lying or whatever case may be. The whole time you're telling the truth. Okay. So it's like, so you'll get paralyzed in fear to where it's like you'll avoid it in a sense to where it's like, oh, I'd rather just not do it, or I'd rather just not say it, or I'd rather just not, show up because they gonna think I'm lying anyways. They gonna think I'm this and that. But the thing is you're allowing those people's projections upon you to determine who you are. And that's not who you are. So you have to tell yourself, that's not my energy. That's somebody else's energy that's projecting onto me. I know who I am. So you have to be solidified in who you are. All right. So this shows up as perfectionism. When I say perfectionism, okay. So this shows up as perfectionism, the belief that you must perform flawlessly 100% of the time. All right. And not falling short of any standards. All right. You internalize it as proof of your incompetence. All right. So like I was saying in regards to, when I was showing up in regards to my job, the little flaws, the little things that they was telling me, in regards to what I should do, or I did this wrong. And it's like, and so I would take that little piece so it's like, it's kind of like one of those things to where you got 75% correct, but it's like that other percentage you didn't get correct. And it's like, so you focus so much on that other little bitty percentage than the 75% that you got done. Or maybe you got 95%, what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, I didn't get 100. I missed that 5%. And you're so stressed out by the 5%. And Spirit's like, but you got 95% of this. Like, why are you so stressed over the 5%? So it's like you're not appreciating your own accomplishments or the things that you actually have, when that's a struggle with that perfectionism to where you think you have to always have 100%. This could also manifest in regards to having very critical parents also as well, to where you had to feel like you had to always show up, completely, or else you were going to be on eggshells, also as well. So this could be like a parent that was there for you in regards to sports, and it's like maybe they was very angry, very, punishing you when you lost, or punish you when you didn't make that particular goalie or that shot, things of that nature. Like, you got to do better, you got to keep on going, you got to do that, but not necessarily really, appreciating the things that you actually did, that you learned in regards to that particular sport, and just also letting you have fun. So that's a significance also as well. This could be a significance in regards to that's narcissistic energy, dealing with narcissistic parents, or dealing with narcissistic people that are friends, or also relationships. For instance, for me, it's like I was in a narcissistic connection to where nothing that I said was good enough. I always had to be on eggshells. At one point, everything that I said was stupid, or it didn't make any sense, and it made sense all the time. So that point that I just stopped talking. I was like, let me just stop saying things, because you're always going to think that it's stupid, or always going to tell me that, I'm wrong and I'm really right. It's like, that's when you have that that imposter syndrome show up because you don't believe what other people will believe you of. So that's significant at this time. It messes with your mental. That's mental abuse. So then when you go through mental abuse, that's one of the strongest abuses, because that mental messes up with you psychologically to where you start thinking differently about yourself. So when people get to speaking about how women go through physical abusive situation, it's like, well, you should have left. You shouldn't have been in that situation. You should have chose yourself. Why would you stick around with somebody? It doesn't start out that way. It starts out very psychological. The brain is very, very strong. All right. And so is mental abuse. Mental abuse is very strong. It's higher than the physical. It attacks you more. So there's something significant about that mental at this time also as well. Low self-esteem and neuroticism. People with high baseline anxiety or a constant need for reassurance or are much more vulnerable to these feelings of imposter syndrome. All right. This can stimulate from not having any reassurance as a child, also as well. So maybe your parents didn't comfort you, that emotional, that's the mother wound. So that mother wound is connected with that, your parents not emotionally being there for you when you needed that emotional support. So say for instance, when this is heavy on masculines is what I'm picking up on. So for instance, you crying, and it's like you fell down, you hurt yourself, or, you're crying because your feelings are hurt. And it's like, stop crying, be a man, be a boy. You're a boy. You're not supposed to cry. That's a wound. That's creating a wound here to where they're not allowing you to express yourself and also feel that emotion. So when it comes to you growing up and being grown, you're constantly seeking validation from women. You're constantly seeking that ego boost to where it's like, oh, you so sexy, you so fine, that D game so good, things of that nature. Is all about the external. Oh, you got that money, things of that nature. It's all about the external instead of the actual things internally. So when it comes to you connecting with a particular energy that sees you, like I said I think it was the first was it Power One? I don't know. But when you come across people that are trying to see you in regards to your emotions, it's like you're hiding it to where it's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Ain't nothing wrong with me. And it's like, and then you got somebody who's like, I actually can see it. Okay. I can feel your energy. I can see that something's wrong with you. I see it on a spiritual level, blah, 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 blah. And you keep on saying, no, ain't nothing good. Or I'm good. I'm good. Nothing wrong with me. I don't feel no type of way. Blah, blah, blah. You're bypassing yourself. So that's significant at this time. All right. But it's like, but you'll go towards people that actually feed that ego. So that's significant. All right, that has to do with low self-esteem. All right. And this is why you'll see certain men to where they won't go towards women with higher standards. They want a woman that has low standards for herself. So a woman that will give it up easily. A woman that has, self-confidence issues. So they're like, oh, that woman's too confident. She's too confident for me. She always got some goals going. Like she need to sit down somewhere. Like, wait a second. You know what I'm saying? Take some time to sit, whatever the case may be. But it's like whole time, if you was doing what you was supposed to be doing, you wouldn't be trying to tell that woman to stop reaching for her goals, because that's the point when you have low self-esteem, because you struggle with consistency for yourself. Ashe? All right. Instead of crediting your skills for a win, you chalk it up to luck or timing or working harder than everyone else. Oh, it was just luck, that's just kind of where it goes. I'm just a little bit talented and that's just kind of what it is, instead of really truly appreciating your accomplishments. All right. That's crazy. I didn't even see this. It says here upbringing and family dynamics. I'm already ahead of it. Okay. I knew this was something that was significant. All right. So it says here, conditional worth. Being raised in an environment where your parents tied your self-worth amongstly exclusively to academic, athletic, or artistic achievements. Child, I'm telling you, praise for talent or effort. When parents praise on natural intelligence rather than hard work, children learn that they always have to look smart, making them terrified of new tasks where they might not immediately know the answers. Family labeling, growing up with a sibling deemed the smart one. All right. Driving to achieve constantly to earn validation that never truly comes. So like I said, there's something significant about the upbringing, your family patterns, the dynamics, also as well, so it's like when you have a particular child, in regards to, you have two different children, right? So it's like you'll see a parent that is more so happy about this child, I see this in my own family dynamics, and it's like it's really hard to, when you have went to therapy and when you have touched in with your inner child, it's hard sometimes to be around toxic people and toxic family members, because you can see the problem. You can see the trauma festering for when they get older and they have to deal with this from their childhood. So it's like it's hard for me to see that with my nieces and my nephews also as well, because I see it. And I'll mention it, and it's like nothing be's done, and it's hard to kind of take on or to disconnect from that. And that was something I was struggling with last night also as well, because I have my niece with me, and I just was a lot of reflecting that I was going through, and it's just like thinking about a lot of things, and it's just really tough sometimes. But so something significant about a particular child feeling more validated, with a parent than the other child. Okay, so there's something significant about that. Maybe you was the second born child or the middle child. They say how the middle child doesn't really get as much love and attention as the first child or the last child, also as well. So maybe you was a child of a big family, a lot of siblings also as well, could be significant, to where you had to be the firstborn child, to where you took care of the kids after you. You had to grow up fast also as well. There was too many kids, and your mom was in survival. The dad wasn't around. He was there when he wanted to be around, or he just wasn't showing up, things of that nature, to where your mom was overworked and overwhelmed. You was in poverty, things of that nature also as well, to where you didn't get that emotional, connection. So therefore you are suppressed in regards to your emotional connection, in regards to giving it, because you didn't receive it as a child. So that's a mother wound, not being able to be nurtured. I'm picking up on a masculine energy. So when it comes to you masculines of connecting with certain women that are very nurturing, they see you, they want to help you elevate, also as well, they're very loving, and it has no attachments to it. And it's like you kind of like ask yourself, are you really here for me? And you'll go into the space of testing that woman. Let me test you and see if you're really for me, or if you just want my money, or, certain things. And then you'll also go about it by treating that particular woman wrong, because you don't know how to take it in. You look at it as another woman as being very 3D for you, someone who only wants to use your money, or only surface level conversations or relationships and things of that nature. So you'll run away from someone who's not surface level. So that's significant at this time. Environmental and social triggers also as well as significant. So we are in a society to where social media shows everybody's highlights. It shows everybody's highs. Oh, you didn't see what they was doing behind closed doors and how they got there. It's like you just see the big shebang. You see them that they have 10K followers. They got 50,000 followers. They made it to this. And then you'll have those same influencers that'll be like, all you got to do is post so many videos and you'll get there. Bullshit. Okay, I've been posting for 3 years. All right, for Galactic Poetry, and baby, I'm at 8K, but I'm appreciative because I've been building this authentically. But they'll say, oh, you can go viral just by posting this, or all you got to do is post 4 pictures and, you'll get all the views, and like bullshit. Okay. Like, quit believing in that type of stuff. That's just also a gimmick. That's just for them to tell you certain things that also make more content, because that's what's trending at the time. Not everything's going to work for everybody. That's why you had so many people that is just, okay, well, they said just post the content. Little do you know, sometimes it takes for you to build. That takes building sometimes. Maybe you're not going to go viral the first year, the second year, the third year, the fourth year. Spirit may be wanting you to just actually start building to where you're building authentically your followers. You never know who's going to go viral. You never know what's going to happen in regards to social media, and things of that sort. But the people that have those followings with that 50K, 100K, they'll say, oh, all you got to do is do this. Bullshit. All right. But listen to those people. All right, child. So that's significant at this time. Imposter syndrome, pile 2. All right. Am I ready to let go of this buried shame? Stop playing with me today. All right. Stop playing with me today. All right. Like I said, let go of guilt and shame in the beginning of this live in regards to pile 2. All right. So something significant about you letting this go. All right. Heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. All right. At this time here. So there's something significant about you sitting with that shame. Why am I ashamed of this? Why do I feel this way? Go deeper in regards to that. This is your shadow work to do. All right. So shadow work, taking time to reflect is also self-care. All right. Tapping in with your shadow, tapping in with the things that you don't want the society to see, tapping in with things that you keep to yourself, and you don't tell nobody that you got things going on. You don't tell nobody that you are feeling this way. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing all right. I'm great. Blah, blah, blah. And the whole time you in the back of the house or in the closet or, in the shower crying your ass off because there's things that you're struggling with at this time. Ask yourself, why are you struggling with that shame and that guilt? Soulmate. All right. I don't say that, I promise you I'm not in my ego. I promise you not. But it's just child, I tell you, I might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. All right. When it comes to connecting with that soul connection, all right, the people that are meant to up level you, the soul connections, your soulmate, your twin flame, or your, your soul family, also as well, stop running from that. All right. Stop running from that energy at this time, because what it's doing is it's asking you to expand. And it's when you're being called to expand, you get scared. You get in this energy of shame. You get in this energy of imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough, or I'm overthinking the intuition or whatever case may be, and blah, 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 blah. So that's significant at this time. Okay. Okay. It's in me, not on me. Ashe. Time to let go. All right. Move the fuck on. All right. What I say, holding on to that past energy. And the whole time, such and such did this to me. I'm in victim mindset, blah, blah, blah. If I didn't, stick around with that person, if they didn't do this for this long, I would have been got my shit. I would have Let it go. Let it go. All right. Yes. If you didn't be around that person, trust and believe. I've been in an abusive relationship for 16 years with 2 different people. All right. And then before that, other people. Okay. Also as well. And I'm damn, I would have been further. I would have been focused on my career. I would have been awoken and woke up to my gifts and things of that nature. But you know what? I had to sit at that point, and I was you know what? I stuck around though. I sat there in those situations. I didn't leave when I had the signs that I was supposed to leave. So at the end of the day, I can only take accountability for myself. I can only take accountability for what I chose not to do at that time. All right. So that's significant. Taking accountability. Ashe. Because winning is here. All right. It's you can still win. Your life is not over at this time. You still have time. All right. It says you got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit. All right. Also as well here. All right, so some of you, still have time to, get into the space of that winning season, that energy that you want, the desire of the life that you want. All right, some of you are 30 also as well. 30s is still young. You still have a life ahead of you also as well. So there's something significant about you taking your power back. All right. And actually being consistent. When you're inconsistent, you don't get anywhere. You're not getting to the goals that you want, things of that nature. When you're allowing distractions and people pleasing, and you're allowing doubt and imposter syndrome and perfectionism, you're not necessarily getting to the space that you need to get to. All right. So it's you have to put them big draws on. All right. And be all right, I got to take accountability. If I want this, if I want certain results, I got to show up for these particular energy. Ashe. All right. That was it for pile 1, pile 2. All right, great messages today. We're going to leave it off with a message. Last message here. Last message for the collective. If you receive this message today, drop some keys in the chat. All right, drop some keys in the chat if you receive this message, because you just got some keys today. All right, you just got some knowledge. Drop some keys in the chat if you receive this message today. All right, last message for the collective. Last message for the collective. Grace. Ashe, grace. Okay? So, grace is the universe's blessing. Open your heart to receive it. All right? Open your heart to receive it at this time. Allow grace with yourself. Allow grace with the flow also as well at this time. Ashe? Bottom of the deck here. Support. You're being supported by your ancestors. You're being supported by your angels. You're being supported by the universe. You're being supported by your soulmate. You're being supported by your soul tribe. You're being supported. Ashe. So it says here, seek support. You don't have to bear everything alone at this time. Ashe. All right, so that is it for the messages. If anyone wants to get a personal reading, it's $25.25. $25.25 if you want to get a personal reading. There is 3 spots. Child, I can't make this shit up. Keys, sharp insight, opportunities, and hidden potential. Hidden potential. Keys. Ciao. 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 You gotta stop but keep going, okay? I tapped in your heart. Ashe. Ashe. Ashe, Tracy. Great messages, y'all. Great messages. Good Sunday soulful message. All right. Good things to think about, ponder on, also as well today before you go back to work, also as well. All right. Take some time of stillness. Take some time to think about things, and reflect on your life at this time. What do you truly want? What do you truly desire? What is your heart truly calling you for? Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you for the love, the follows. All right. Get out of victim mindset. Ashe, I can't make it up. Okay. Get out of this energy of insecurity. All right. I can't make it up. Get into this space of joy. Ashe. Get into this space of joy. Change your perception. Ashe. Ashe. All right. 911 is significant. All right. Somebody here is supposed to get a reading with me. If you've been seeing 911 and 555, you may be meant to get a reading with me at this time. All right. I'll give you some time. It's 11:10. You've been seeing 11:11 also as well, could be significant. But someone's meant to get a reading at this time. You woke up at 9:11 today? I say. I don't think it's you, Archie. They're not saying it's you. I think it's somebody else. It's somebody else. It's a masculine. It's a masculine. It's a masculine and a feminine. Ashe, that's okay. That's okay. Privately, if you want to get a reading privately, those are available also as well. Okay. Divine Fingers, thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Chosen Diviner. Much love. Yeah, I think a lot of us are in that position right now. A lot of us are. Trust and believe. There's some things I'm like, yeah, I ain't got it. I ain't got it, baby. I got money for bills and bills only right now. So trust and believe. I know. I know. Yeah. Child. I'm ready to see the light in the day. All right, the sun. I'm ready to see the light in the day. Okay, right. It's in the works. It's in the works. Damn, I wonder if my niece is still asleep. She been knocked out. I tell you, she been knocked out. She might hear me and probably not wanting to bother me, but she been knocked out. She might still be asleep. I'm gonna go see, but she ain't woke up yet. Dang, my drink. It's just around the corner. Ashe. Ashe. I got some new candles dropping after the new moon. I did post them in my on my story. They're so beautiful. Let me see. They got a charge for the new moon, but they'll be available soon. They're just so pretty. But these are them. These are just so beautiful. But they'll be available in a 4-pack. After the new moon, they got a charge. So, after the new moon, they'll be available in the TikTok shop. 11/11. Okay. But they're just so pretty. I've been having like a lot of like creative sparks. Spirit has been having me create like a lot of shit lately. So I just been creating. I do got a new spiritual bath coming too. I gotta show y'all fast because it's not available on, you know what I'm saying? And they may try to flag me, but boom and boom. So that'll be available soon. All right. And that is a deep one. All right, that's a deep cleanser spiritual bath. That one, Spirit has not gave me the name of it yet. So that one charged with the full moon. I think that one's going to charge with the new moon also as well, and then it'll be available. But that one's a very strong one, for sure. It's like a parasitic cleanse for that one. I use hyssop, I use wormwood, like very deep herbs, clove also as well. So that'll be coming soon. I just love creating. All right. I just seen a Jade join. I've been hearing your name for about a month now, Jade. I don't know if it's for you, but I've been hearing that name for about a month. Jade, Jada. Oh yeah, clove is so powerful. I've been getting like led to clove a lot. So I have clove under my bed right now, in a little water thing. But clove, I feel like clove's been really been prominent lately. Very strong, powerful herb. Very strong, very strong. You just got a jade pendulum? Ashe. I've been wanting a new pendulum also as well lately. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up off of here. Okay. Y'all have a good Sunday. I may or may not be back on here today. Just depending on how I'm feeling and also what me and my niece decide to end up doing. So yeah. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Thank you, you too, Tony. You too, Miss Multifacet. Much love, much love. Check out the TikTok shop, all right, for the candles. I did make a lot of the tea lights because easier access also as well. With the fact that I'm, also helping masculines, I didn't want to do chime candles for everything also as well. So Spirit led me to do more of the teas. So, the tea lights may seem like, oh, it's not nothing compared to, the chime candles and also the bigger candles, the pillar candles. But baby, they got some power in them too, okay? But it's just more accessible to people that just kind of don't want to have to do all the extraness in regards to the other candles. The little teas hold some power too, okay? So don't be scared to be getting them teas, all right? They powerful, all right, for sure. Okay, exactly. Quality over quantity, all right? Quality over quantity.